right, and a hearty welcome to the Rabyd Nation. I'm Ed Rabyd here on the Rabyd Atheist. I am your host, a former pastor turned atheist, now a compassionate anti-theist. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to all of you who belong to the Rabyd Nation. If you have subscribed and become a tourist in the Rabyd Nation, more power to you. If you're a member, thank you very much for your continued support of this channel. This is Deconversion Hangout, and this is a little stream I created for people that are deconverting or interested in what goes on in deconversion, or want to know about my story or other people's story in deconverting. You're all very welcome here. It's kind of a theist-free zone. Theists that are polite are certainly welcome, but don't preach at me and don't quote Bible verses at me. I'm not here for that. So you have to be a subscriber for at least 20 minutes before you can comment in the comments section. So make sure you're aware of that. That's kind of my way of keeping the drive-bys, and it's been very successful in keeping the drive-bys away. So thank you very much for that. As a goal in the chat, that's just my very low-key, polite way of asking for money and to keep my channel going and things going for me. So thank you very much for that. Whenever I reach that goal, there's usually a hat involved that I will wear for the rest of the stream. So it's just it's an easier way for me and everybody else to just deal with. There you go. If you want to support the channel, there's a very direct way to do so. All right. This is Deconversion Hangout. I usually start with something I'm dealing with, usually. From a channel perspective, for me, and you know what? Before I get into that, let's do a quick roll call here. We got Fred, as always, John from Holland, Anne Marie, right down the road from me. Cranky is here. Good to see you, Cranky. The Merlin is here. Blossom is here. Actually, Blossom had a great story. I'm gonna skip my shit and go back and start with her, or him, or no. Blossom's never told me, so I try not to assume anymore. I've gotten in trouble for assuming. Rimmer is there. Michael's there. Wolf Sinclair is there. Blah. Tap like a faucet. Okay. Oh, and the mighty Philbert is here, whose song you just heard. So thanks, Philbert, for that again. Appreciate it. But Blossom had this great story. Built up the courage to send a 2,300 word to my JW friend. Wasn't sure if she'd be angry or what. She called me immediately and she said she felt seen, and I get that more than she thought. Made her cry, which is an interesting feeling, knowing I made somebody cry in a good way, laugh out loud. And she knew basically everything I told her, so she dug into it years ago and struggled with it. Through half the letter was telling her it's okay to not be perfect and she's not broken. Oh, I think that's actually a great story, Blossom. Outstanding story. One of the biggest things that people are struggling with their faith or dealing with is they've been told all their life they're broken and they need this religion to fix the brokenness. Christianity is loaded with that. Islam is loaded with that. All the Abrahamic religions kind of load that, but all religions kind of fall into that category of there's something wrong with you and we can fix it. And so when you sorry about that, Blossom, I am. But yeah, it's like, I don't remember you telling me because I have a bad memory. But anyway, this is probably one of the most common issues that people struggle with when they're trying to get out of the faith. And I think you addressed this really, really, really well. Like, this is probably the best way you could have done it, is to let them know that they're not broken. Okay. The biggest problem I have with religion is it takes advantage of vulnerable people, and all of us that have deconverted. So I don't know, but yes, it Blossom. This is really cool what you did here. I'm very much man. I wish I had. There's a few people I probably should do this with, but it's like this is the thing that people overcome when they're deconverting. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what else to tell you other than what a good thing you did. Like you got this person to recognize, hey, this is a good thing that you recognize that you're not broken. Okay. The biggest thing that people do with their faith is they think, oh, there was something wrong with me and this helped me. Okay. Well, maybe there wasn't anything wrong with you. Okay. So there's that. So there's that. Oh, you managed to avoid all religious discussions. Well, that's good, Cranky. Sometimes that's the best course of action. You're going to drive in, park, and overstay your welcome. How is that different than any other day? Blossom, I think you probably have. I'm just shit at remembering things. God made up nonsense? Yeah, probably. A lot of made up nonsense, though. Vlad tells her it's stupid. She won't watch movies with demons, but I try to be gentler because many things. And you, Blossom, that's the absolute best approach, honestly. I've been thinking about this a lot from a deconversion point of view and from what I do on my channel point of view. As an atheist, I offend people that believe just by my very existence. Okay. And as a former believer who's become an atheist, I offend my former faith people more than anything because my existence kind of confronts them with the idea that you can live a good moral life and be a good person without the need for religion. And I was listening to I wish I wrote this down. I can't remember the content creator, but they were talking about this, about how atheism, why believers don't like atheism, because it confronts them with the very notion that you can be a moral person, a good person, live a good life without religion. And that just hits all of their dissonances. It just doesn't like it. So there's that. Hey, Earl. I got to check my messages. Oh boy. Here we go. Do we have new artwork, Earl? We have new artwork. Now I've got to put new artwork on. Oh my goodness, Earl. Why do you do this to me? Oh my gosh. All right. I got to call this something. Okay, but there you go. All right, we do have new artwork from Earl, so I'm going to have to show it. I'll put it up. We can talk about it and keep talking about all the other stuff we talk about here at Deconversion Hangout. All right, here we go. There you guys go. Some new artwork by I Killed Earl. So there you go. Well, there is that aspect of it, though, Merlin. The problem, I think, is the reason why I'm delving back into Carl Sagan, and I'm going to get his last book he wrote before his death, because I was also listening to a content creator talk about that too, and how he was pretty doggone right about what was going to happen in the future. And what happens is people prefer the comforting lies, and if you keep insulting people, they'll get pushed to the other side. I mean, there's a meme out there in politics, both sides have good points. One side pushes the other side to the other. Why are you joining their side? It's like, no, you pushed them there. And there's a lot of truth to that. And when theists come to me, I have a lot of empathy towards them because I used to be one. I used to be a pastor. I used to be deep in this stuff. And so when they come to me, I have to engage the fact that they're kind of blinded by their former life or the life they're in now, and they can't see that. I mean, I've had like a few weeks ago, I had an interaction, live online here with a theist, and it was like I was sad after that. I wasn't angry at all. I was like, this person is just so blinded by their faith. So there's that. So you have a God-sized hole in your life. Yes, I don't have that. I took a break of a month from all things Abrahamic. Need to get rid of the anger and frustration. Yes, and sometimes you have to do that, John. And I understand it. And I think we all have our anger at our former faith. So there's that. But yes, but we also have to recognize that other people are still caught in this. And I think Blossom's approach was a really good approach. Kudos and hand claps and head pats for that, Blossom. I think you did a good thing there. So, Green Fairy. Hey, Evan. Chickening with getting people masks and tests because we were in a spike and not in a cool directive variety. Okay. Oh, yes. No one needs to be a Christian to be a good person. Yes, and that's kind of the thing. That's kind of the point. I think that's what is an affront to a lot of believers. They don't get that part until you are an atheist in their presence and you behave like everything they've heard about atheists, most believers, is from the pulpit. Okay. They haven't actually met one. They haven't actually talked to one. They haven't actually done anything with one, most of them. And so they have a propagandized view of atheism. And then when they run into an atheist that's nice and behaves himself and doesn't make a nuisance out of themselves and actually helps them and benefits them and lives a pretty happy life without the religion, they don't know what to do with that. And that's why atheists just cause consternation by our presence to people that believe. Okay. And it's hard for the people. Yeah. You can take a bow for this one. This one's hilarious. Yes. Mama has treats. I'm an anti-theist, but I make it very clear I'm not against people. I'm against religion. Okay. I just see all the detrimental effects that religion does. It causes people to like Blossom. There are people out there that because of their religion, they categorize science as another religion. And, because they believe that way, everybody else has to believe that way. And that's just there's no standards here of, of what evidence is. And religion kind of gets rid of standards of evidence. And then again, oh, it's Azho's birthday, isn't it? Yeah. It's birthday art for Azho. I haven't seen him yet. Is Azho here? Azho, are you here? So, and Joshua, blinded by the light, yes. I think Christian is sort of point against being immoral. I'm not saying it can't happen, of course, but a lot more difficult with the whole hating everyone else thing. Yeah, yeah, I can get that. But not all Christians hate everybody else. They're very much more love and light Christians. Like if you run into a lot of liberal Christians, they're not hating on you. So, yes, Bang's the ally. Yeah, I think we always knew something was wrong with it with our former faith. So John, I do, I feel for you. I feel for you. My largest problem in leaving my faith was getting over how much time I wasted and what it caused me to think and all that crap. It was bad business. So, oh, there you have it. Yeah, it can do that, and that's kind of my problem with it. That's why I'm an anti-theist. Of course, now I might be put on an FBI watch list just for saying that word, but you know, even though I absolutely like I am like the most nonviolent advocate you can ever. We need to talk about this. That's why free speech is important, so you can talk about it without being ostracized or pushed into a corner or whatever. So there's that. Yeah, thank you. Earl could use Earl can always use head pats. She loves head pats. Uh, so without their religion, that praying and fasting is just performance to the group, which is correct. Remember, it absolutely is correct. Like, I look back at it now and I see how much of the stuff I just did was so I could belong to the group. Like, it had nothing to do with what I felt was reality. It had a lot to do with um, it had a lot to do more with belonging than it did what I actually believed. So, oh, the jabber mess. I got that one queued up, Earl. Here we go. There you go, Merlin. But yeah, we did this one in honor of Paul. I sent this one and a couple others to Paul Legion, and because he was kind enough to shout out me. So Earl spent 72 hours doing artwork, Star Wars related, with Habermas and Paul and myself, and so. But yeah, it's 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 been a great day. Actually, Paul said he loved these. He thought they were hilarious and great. He even asked if he could use them in his stream. So you might see I Killed Earl in Apologia videos in the future. I say might, not a guarantee, but it might happen. So there you go. With or without good people do. Yeah, that's an old quote, Cranky, but it's true. Like, it really takes religion to twist your mind into something. So there you go. There you go, Merlin, the Habermas. Yep. And then let's see, what else did I queue up? Oh, yep. This is the new version of the Unholy Trinity, with Fangs taking and Earl, of course, being the awesome actress she is, taking on a couple roles at once. So, so there you go. And then this is here. I'm gonna have to make this huge here, but this is the whole thingy when everything's put together. So, but yes. So, but I'm a big fan of the minimal witness hypothesis because it illustrates so many things for me. But yes, and so yes, Earl's been hard at work. If you haven't seen this stuff, there you go. So, but yes, I'm gonna throw myself back into the stream. There you go. Yeah, he may not be on the list right now. So, as so I he's my friend, and I do worry about him sometimes because he's got a lot of things going on. So, with his mother and himself too. So it's like the health issues abound in his household. I'll just put it that way. So, small party much super liberal kind of church like a union here. Yeah, I mean it. There are some really super liberal churches like the Unitarian Church that they promote unity among believers to the point of they're not offensive even probably to atheists. So yeah, if you need a community, there's some good ones. Watching Tammy Faye Baker on the one had me respect her a lot more than I thought it would. Oh, I remember that so well when that was going on. Thanks, Cranky. I'm going to be dying. You're seeing this with your prophetic eyes as an elder god. But yes, I remember the Tammy Faye stuff. Oh my gosh, did that call into question a lot of people's faith at that point? It's like clapping for fairies. Okay, head pats are all right. There you go. She genuinely seemed to care and wish well for everyone she interacted with. Really? Yeah, because she was so shallow back then. Like, it was all makeup and stuff. And then her trying to job the jabbermass. Yeah, I know. This is unflattering to Gary Habermas, but it fits so well. Like the big book and evidence is oh man. We'll have to do Earl will have to do a Lord of the Rings with this too at some point. Oh my gosh. I'll have to read the Bible without vomiting, so I took the job. And he was in a band writing about religion. He was not able to read the Bible without vomiting, so you took the job? Okay, there you go. I get it. She's changed a lot, Josh. A lot of these people get out of that life and they're a lot more likable and lovable, and they get rid of it. They get rid of the religion. It's funny how when people get out of religion, they get more likable. Okay, it's like your religion makes you an asshole sometimes. So thanks, Cranky, or thanks, Fred. And I'm having a hard time today with names. So okay, so you both know something that I don't know. What? Okay, there we go. All right. What's in the third volume? Just a list of quotes that he put together. There's no survey, there's no research methodology, there's none of that. The third book was just nonsense. And that's what me and Paul both commented on. And I did not realize that one of the friends of Habermas is the one that was talking to me during my stream when I was talking about that. I've got the minimal facts video queued up to be worked on Friday. So, and for you members, you'll get that as soon as it's finished. And then that'll be my first video back, but I'm doing minimal facts and why I don't believe them. So that ought to be fun. So there's Tammy Faye Baker, the whole Baker scandal back in the 90s here. I know it's old news now. So, so there's that. Oh my goodness. And they also get Ike. Oh my gosh. Oh, so there you go. Yes, I'm capable of knowing everything an elder god is capable of knowing. There you go. Do the elder gods, though, censor the information that comes into their brain because there's some things they don't want to know and don't, or either that don't care? See, I can deal with gods that don't give a damn, okay, because that seems to be very real life. But yes, nonsense. Oh boy, great time for pain killing smoke. Oh my goodness, you guys in chat always legion. It's great stuff. Thanks. Clearly smoking something when he came up with it, and I'm guessing it was Tammy Wynette. There we go. Oh, I can't start over, Katie. Oh my goodness. Oh man. It's just been a fun week for me, I guess. I've had my moments. Earl knows more than that. Earl and I kind of share life problems now too. So, but yes, but this has just been the most hilarious fun I've had in a while with Habermas and company. And if they're watching, I'm making fun of you because this is how people perceive you. Maybe you need to wake up to that. Like your scholarship, I don't care if you have a terminal degree. If your scholarship sucks, it sucks. And and I'm completely disappointed. So yeah, it's a different Tammy. I don't know. Then you're in trouble. Usually the elder gods, when they give a damn about you, it's because they're looking for a snack. So Gary the Smug, yes. Yeah, she has her hairdo is like permanent. I think she used so much, hairspray in the 80s and 90s that it just never wore off. So rewind. Hello, babies. Oh yes, the I got to show the for Katie's sake. We're gonna rewind. There you go. This is for Asho's birthday. I haven't seen Asho, so this might still surprise him. But happy birthday to Asho. He's older than dirt. So there you go. I pick on my friends. But yes, there you go. That's for Katie. There you go. Yeah, we rewound it a little bit for you. So there you go. There you go. You remember getting banged by a box of Crayola crayons. Oh, I think that was actually a joke at the time. Yeah, I get it. For some people, dirt isn't that old. I'm just saying that asshole's older than dirt. Okay, so there you go. An ass prize. Yes, but there you go. This is all for Asshole's birthday. You know, the Hellhound, Asshole, and Fangs getting up to what they get up to. Oh, you sent him to Discord? Okay. I'm glad he got it because he should get a giggle. So there's that. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it though. Appreciate the donation. But yes. I don't know. They've been I haven't heard much about Habermas of late. I don't know what he's doing. I know that he did not take the criticism well because he got some of the criticism of his third book, not just from people like me and Apologia, but also from people inside his own Christian community. That what he said, and then I think he's also receiving criticism because he doubled down on it and then he backed off and said it was about evangelical Christians versus everybody else. And like now he's got a bunch of non-evangelical Christians mad at him because somehow they're not Christian. And so, and it's like, you know, and he played this double game and everybody can see the double speak. So we're still kind of going through that video. That's what I'm going to hopefully finish that video up Saturdays. So we always have fun on Saturday nights. So it's a good time. So when she cried on command, yeah, she very disingenuous person back then, but I get what people are saying about her now. Cause like I think she's become a human at last. So there's that. Oh, no, not a problem. We do rewinds here. Formal spooters. There's a whole right about Tammy's house for the hairspray. Yes. I'm just saying it looks like it caused her hair to be permanently damaged and frozen in place. So, oh my goodness. Oh. Yes, Sean McDowell, I think, actually had some criticism. I think when he was giving his explanation of what the third book was, he's getting backlash from his own community now. Okay. And it's not just, you know, he's got more than a couple of pesky atheist YouTubers to deal with, Rimmer. It's like there's a lot because he hemmed and hawed about what his definition of an evangelical was or whether somebody was a Christian. And even Lacona was like, dude, yeah, you're kind of there. And the fourth book is finished. It just hasn't been printed. And I've long suspected that there's a twofold reason that Habermas is doing this. One, he can now, you know, he's trying to get some money for retirement. But two, I think also it solidifies his own incredulity about things. Like, I've done this book, I've proven the resurrection is true, and now you have to prove me wrong. And he can go into precept mode. And that's that. But yes, it is kind of hilarious what's going on because it's not just Paul and me and a few other YouTubers that are bashing on Habermas. He's getting backlash from Christians. Like, this is not what you said this was. And then somebody fact checked you on it, and then you're still doubling down on it. You should be apologizing. Like, the proper response would be, you know what? I really didn't count all these people or figure out what their religion was, and I probably shouldn't have said that. Like, he should have come out as honest. So there you go. Yeah, there was even like you could tell. He's like, no, wait a minute, bro. You know, are you saying this person isn't a Christian or that person isn't a Christian? Like, they believe in the resurrection, and then he zips around to this, but he's like, he never mentioned the word evangelical Christian until very recently. It was always Christian versus non-Christian, and most of these scholars were non-Christian. And then when it came out they weren't, then he's like backpedaling, and it's really sad, really. Yeah, he has his lucid moments too. He does have his lucid moments. Yeah, I think his problem is he's so convinced of his faith that he can't, and what he's done, like he's convinced himself what he's done is good work. And you can't really say that in scholarship, Fred. Other people have to tell you that you did good work. You just bust your ass, put out something, and say, that's what the whole issue of peer review is about. Is like you think you got something good, then you hand it to somebody else who also has expertise in the field, and then they can criticize you to say, well, whether or not you did something good or not. You don't pat yourself on the back. You let other people do that. Okay, if you want true accolades, don't exalt yourself. Don't talk about how big your book is. you know. So yeah, it's like you didn't need backspace to correct your spelling. Oh, outside of a few apologetic, will everyone care that Haslam looks bullshit? It looks impressive. I think this is where I really think it's really sad, Cranky. As a former minister, I can tell you what a lot of people are going to do with Habermas's books. They're going to make the investment and buy it, and they're going to put it on their bookshelf. And the whole reason is that if somebody says, what proof is there of the resurrection? They'll just point at the 4-volume set and say, there, Gary Habermas, Dr. Gary Habermas did this proof of the resurrection series. And nobody will really look into it. They'll just look at how impressive the size of the book is and not realize that inside of it, it's all hollow. Okay. Like there's nothing new in the first volume, as far as I can tell, that other apologists haven't been saying for years. Based on what I've heard, and I don't have firsthand knowledge, the second volume is just Habermas saying, I just don't see it any other way. It's his incredulity. The third volume is not something you would read. It's just a collection of quotes. And the reason I have a problem with that, a further problem with that, is he could have found genuine critics of the resurrection, but he doesn't even bother. Like there's a list of, I think, at least 100 historians that basically say they don't think Jesus Christ existed any more than Hercules or Perseus. So it's like, but yeah, he doesn't get it. So the guy that was sitting next to him was giving, he was giving pretty good pushback. That's Lacona. He's like, no, wait a minute. It's like, there's other people that are Christians that aren't evangelical. Like you never, and I think even he was like going, you never mentioned evangelical before. Like when you were promoting this book, like this is the first time you started to say that. And then Habermas is really vague on what he means by evangelical. Define it, bro. Okay. So like there's that. Like summing up all the influencing myths before the Bible and during, and yeah, I mean, he does a great job doing that. That's like Myth Vision has a great forte of connecting the Bible to the myths of the past, and he's really good for that. So, I kind of know that. I was watching Paula Gia's video with Kip, Dr. Kip, and I love that video so much that I actually bought Kip's book, that shameless book hustler, Kip. So, and I just got it today. And so it's kind of renewed my interest in biblical studies to look at the politics that may have been behind it. Like I now look at prophets in the Bible and like they're propagandists for whatever regime they're working for. And when you look at it that way, it changes the way the Bible dynamic is. Like, you got Hezekiah and Isaiah. Well, Isaiah is basically propagandizing for Hezekiah because Hezekiah gave him a great gig. Yeah. So there's that. I know. I get it. Yeah, he's not convinced. He is so invested in it. Yeah, that's the problem with Habermas. He's just like, I can't let go now. I'm too old. I've done all this lifetime work. I've done this, that, and the other. And he can't let it go. And I feel sad for him in that respect. Like, but the fact that somebody calls you out on it, doing a simple fact check on your sources and discovers that almost 80% of them are Christian, and your whole spiel that most of them are non-Christian is bullshit. And then you double down on it and say, no, I was actually talking evangelical Christians versus everybody else. And now you got the non-evangelical Christians going, well, I'm not buying your book now. So it's like, myth, vision, lying, the Greeks. Yeah, that's possible. We're all lying. The thing about all that is you can see the whole point of doing that is like, you'll get Christians that'll get like super fanboyish, fangirlish about the Bible and go, there's no other myths like this. And then you pull out the 26 virgin births and the multitude of resurrection stories. And like this, there was an atmosphere of this stuff when the gospel writers put pen to paper. Okay. Like it wasn't unknown, these type of stories. So they weren't doing anything super unique. It's the same with, a lot of things like nobody has refuted the resurrection. There's tons of people that refuted the resurrection. Okay. It's just, they don't want to deal with them. So you won't read the books. Sunk cost territory. Somewhat impressed he's managed to bullshit his way into making his book and research an entire career. Yes. But when you work at Liberty, you can do a lot of bullshit. So Liberty University concerns me. So it's not really about freedom. It's the most misnamed university on the planet. So you could. That's a valid point. You got to put it more cash than the book's worth in it, though, just so you remember that, Kyle. The authority on the resurrection, I like to remind them that Dr. Simon Young is an authority on fairies and not only has degrees in the subject. Oh, skeptic, outstanding. He's also written 10 books on fairies. Holy crap. Yeah, he's been criticized for other reasons. That's why I said he's really good at like connecting the myths to the Bible and showing how they could have influenced the Bible. He's done some other things that's gotten the ire, not just of you, but other people as well. So he has some issues. Okay. But I don't know of too many YouTube content creators that don't, including yours truly. So, so there's that. Hey, Kevin. Yeah, there's some criticism of Eric, of Derek. So yeah, there we go. We'll just go about our fangs business. Sometimes it's new age. Yeah, he should really think about going rock and roll. I think he needs to do some heavy metal. I do heavy metal here, so there you go. His book is really worth it. I don't know what he's selling it for, though. Hold on. I have never really looked at the price. Okay, so volume 1 hardcover is $40. Volume 2 hardcover is $26. I don't see volume 3. Hold on. It's got to be here somewhere. All right. Well, I'm going to have to click on that. I guess, yeah, but I'm figuring now if you have to buy Habermas's set, the first 3 books, you're probably looking at pretty close to $100. So if you're going to hollow it out to hide cash in it, you got to have at least $110. So yeah, it's like, is it 75? Yeah, you could probably get them for 75 if you shopped around. Like, and then the 4th volume is supposed to come out, and it's supposed to be Habermas's reflections on the resurrection. So it's his own personal stuff, and I don't know if that deserves its place in scholarly stuff, but there it is. So there you go. So you have to. What I'm saying, Fred, is if you're going to hollow it out and hide stuff in the book, yeah, it's got to be worth more than $100. So there you go. Got the same. Uh, uh, yeah, a lot of people have issues with Derek as a person. I've learned to separate somebody's work and their value of their work from the person. Like if they do good scholastic work, it doesn't really matter who did it. Like if it's good scholastic work, it's good scholastic work. So that's why I'm big on Apologia, and several others are that actually have degrees. Like, yeah, he's doing what we would do. He's just doing it better because he's better at videos. So much whatever it is. Yeah. Well, I did the thing about Habermas's books, though, too. I seem to remember they were a little bit more expensive than that a few months ago. And I'm wondering if this whole incident is causing him to have to lower the prices to sell it. So, like he said, he did buy them, but he wanted the honesty of being it's 140 for each of the first. I can get them all on Amazon though now for a lot less than that. Like, oh, they're 50% off on Amazon. Okay, there you go. So it's like if you go and get them now, you can get them for half off. And I wonder why they're on sale. If they're so important, why are they on sale? So there you go. Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah. I mean, I have to like the guy. I mean, I've loved Paul since I've been on YouTube. Like he's been kind of my standard of like how to do a video. Like he worked in that industry, and so he does a very good job at video production. And he will openly admit to you he's being lazy about it. Okay, like there's a whole bunch of other crap he could do that he doesn't put in there. Like in his latest video with Kip, he openly admits like, "Why aren't you doing this right?" Kip asks him. He says, "I'm lazy." It's like they sounded like they had a good time when they did that one. That was hilarious. If you haven't seen that one, you got to go watch it because it's not just about the information. The information's really good because I look at the Old Testament as a propaganda piece. So it was research for basically they wrote it in order to convince the Persian and Babylonian kings to allow them to go home, and so and they had to prove their home, and that's kind of how it did it. So it's kind of interesting. So yeah, he's got good memory and good research capabilities, and that's why you should watch him, not because of the person. Like I've had people remark on my musical choices from time to time back when I was a Christian. Like, you listen to Metallica? I'm like, yeah, I don't separate good music simply because I don't disagree with the performer's stance on stuff. Good music is still good music. So, yeah, he's your age. That could be. Isn't he a little bit young to be sober and tattoo his own name on his body? Oh, do you get to that point where you tattoo names on your body and cross them off, and finally you just put your own? Is that how that works? So, oh, you look at the Old Testament as the goat herder's guide to the galaxy. That's probably true. Like, but it's like the reason it was written, and Kip brings this out very well in Paul's video. It was all about the different types of propaganda that existed backing up certain kings of Israel. Like I've said it before, the farther back you go in time, the more the Bible is wrong about the history. Like, and then there's still some recent history we really don't know. We don't know that he brought it up to me that because I thought at the time when I was taking biblical studies, there was some proof that like Ezra and Nehemiah existed. But Kip brought out to me that that's pretty much for the Bible tells me so. Like, it's like there is no extra biblical sources that talk about Nehemiah or Ezra. It's just because there's a lack of miracles and stuff in that account. There's no reason to doubt it other than it's in the Bible. Okay, so but if we take a pretty good proposition and say, hey, the farther back we go, the more mythological it gets. Like, I'm firmly convinced now that, like, the first 5 books of the Bible written by so-called Moses uh, are all pure grade A fiction. They're all mythology. Joshua is probably 99.9% mythology. And then the judges, who knows, okay, if these people actually existed or they were just legendary figures. And, the farther back you get in time, the more mythological it gets, and it just doesn't happen. So, yeah, Kip's a really good scholar. I got his book. See? I got his book, God's Propaganda. This is a thick thing with small print. I'm going to have to use my glasses. I have a complaint, Kip. So I have a complaint. Hey, you know what you should do, Kip, with this? Like Habermas, you should do it in a multiple volume set and make the print bigger. Like, do a 3-volume set with this thing and make the print bigger so us old people can read it. So, without glasses. So, there you go. In a large print edition. So, there you go. Oh, tattoo their family name on themselves like it's something to be proud of. I think it's cringe and basic. Okay. See, I'm not, is it their family name? See, I don't know. See, I've never gotten a tattoo. Okay. I am a complete tattoo virgin. And if I ever do, I want to go with somebody that knows what they're knows what they're doing. So, Earl, if you and I ever get together in North Carolina, you can take me to your favorite tattoo artists and I'll let them put something on me with your so because I am totally ignorant of this. Like, it's like I don't even know anything. So, old man's version. Okay, deal. All right, good. So if we ever meet up in person, you get to be the we'll decide what my first and probably only tattoo will be. But yes, you got to take me to your favorite artist, and we'll see what we can do. So, all right. Yeah, Paul doesn't have a book, and he's writing one though. I've heard. So I'm interested to see what he does, because he's a good researcher. Like, when we were talking to Shannon Q, she like mentioned the fact that he like listens to videos at triple speed or something stupid and still retains all the information. So I wish I had that talent. I could get a lot of stuff. So there's that. You've already done it? Okay. Oh, for the hat prophecy? All right, there we go. We're up to 4. And right now, the current winner of the poll would be the Newsboy, and it's not even close. So there you go. But yes, you've already done it. All right. Yeah, I mean, I just, if I ever go get a tattoo, I want to go with somebody that knows what's going on, because I don't want to be blindsided. So, and I have a high pain tolerance, and I don't mind needles. So I grew up with a phlebotomist. My mother was a phlebotomist and a medical technologist. So, war stories about needles and stuff were legion at the kitchen table. So when you can eat food and hear some of the stories that my mom told about the ER at the same time, you're good. So that, but no, he doesn't have a coffee table. It's a trope now. All right, there we go. There we go. First 2 from a really talented New York who I've done. Oh, okay. There you go. Kind of a rite of passage for some people who leave the faith to go get a tattoo, especially if you lived in a religion that said, yeah, you're going straight to hell for that. I'm leaving Asho's picture up because it's still making me giggle. So, oh my goodness. All right, Team Wine Tuffet. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, girl with the dragon tattoo. Oh, I don't know if I've seen that one. I saw it in the store and I was mildly intrigued, but I think I was reading something else at the time that I was really into, and I kind of went over it. You have five of them? Took months to get your first one? All right. See, I don't have any. Never did it, never done it. I don't know. There are days that I'm like, I should just get one so I can say I got one. So, an Egyptian. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, okay. Really? Huh. Played the tattoo artist in that movie? All right. Yeah, I've seen it. I mean, I've got access to. I just don't watch as much movies and things as I used to. Usually, what happens with my video watching when in entertainment areas, I get it's usually a series, like a television show series, more than a movie anymore. Because I want if I'm going to sit down and watch TV, I want to watch it for a while. You're a tattoo virgin, very Jewish seminary, Jewish, but I like to keep my options open. Yeah, because if you get a tattoo, you can't be buried in a Jewish. Has wanted a coffee table for years now. I'm Paul, and the chats is basically two teams now. Team coffee table. Yeah, all right. It looks like a footrest, but the top flips over and becomes a little tray, and you can keep a banky inside. Okay. See, that's practical. I can buy something that's practical. My problem with coffee tables is I don't drink coffee. I if you came to my living room, there's no couch or overstuffed chair in my living room at all. Like it's this desk that I'm sitting at, which I spend most of my time at, my comfy chair, which is still very comfy, and then that I'm sitting in, and around the edge of the room are my books and my weight set and a table full of stuff that I need to go through. So there you go. Red dot on my forehead. Oh, I don't know. See, because I'm going to be honest. If I had to be forced to pick one, I would have to have Earl do me a tattoo acceptable fangs, and we would hand it to the artist and say, "Can you duplicate this?" Because if I'm going to get a tattoo of any deity these days, it's probably going to be fangs. So from my perspective, that's what I would be doing. Like I would have Earl say, "Hey, can you go talk to your tattoo artist and see how to make fangs become an acceptable tattoo?" And I would probably do that. Other than that, it would be something in Norse mythology. So that's probably what would happen. So I've heard the coffee table debate. Now I remember it. See, I just have a poor memory today. It's absolutely poor memory. I I'd get as a scruffy cartoon wolf that a friend of mine drew. A Cheval 2D. I don't know. Oh, she got a freckle tattoo. That's hilarious. That way, mom wouldn't lose it. It looks like the prophecy has come true. All right, let's see. Where is? Oh, there it is. And the winner, according to the poll, is the Newsboy hat by 11% over the second one. So here we go. Congratulations. Thanks, everybody, for the donations. I appreciate it. So there you go. But yes, I think that's good. Thank you, everybody. I do this kind of thing. Just it's my unobtrusive way of asking for money to keep my streaming going. So because I do like subscribe to a few services that allow me to do these streams. So and it helps pay for that and helps pay for some other things too. So And then, of course, all you members, hats off to you. Thank you. There you go. See, appreciate all of you. I would need to it would need to be fangs in a cheesy JC like pose, like hip Jesus with the fingers. We'd have fangs doing that. Yeah, I could do that. That time. See the Celtic tree of life on my back, and the cost has kept you from getting it. Yes, I know. I looked into that myself, Merle, when I first got divorced. It was like, I need to start getting tattoos. Maybe that's something I can do. And it's like, then I started seeing how much these cost, and I'm like, not that big of an investment. No thanks. So, yeah, I need something a little bit more down to earth. So, and ready for disposable money. There you go. Fangs with a peace sign, victory sign. Okay, so you made a prediction, and now you have proven that you are indeed a god. Your move, atheist. Oh, I don't know. It might be a self-fulfilling prophecy there, Cranky. I don't know. The French accepts that comes from. It's not. It's a full-fledged newsboy that Americans used to wear, if in America in the 30s, quite a bit too. So, but yeah, I don't have a French accent. I haven't had a French accent in a long time. Papacy. From dun, dun, dun. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know. I think that might be a good one too. Like I'm now into the thing. If I get a tattoo, I want it to be something related to my life in some way, shape, or form, but not so much so that I can't like still giggle at it 20 years from now. So, and the fact that me and Earl have created a cult together, I would want to memorialize. So, and the best way I can do it is a tattoo of fangs. So, there you go. If I turn it backwards, it looks like a beret. Yeah, there you go. See, now I'm French. See that? See how easy that is. God makes things come true. That's part of godness. Okay, there you go. So you've proven that you are now a genuine and elder. There were doubts as an elder god that you were an elder god. Do elder gods have doubts about their own godhood? I'm asking for a friend. I'm just saying, like I'm selling you, Earl. Like, if we do this tattoo thing, you can take me to your favorite artist, but I want you to do a tattoo friendly fangs, and we'll figure out where to put the thing. So I'm not sure where I'd put it yet. Like if ever I had a ridiculous amount of disposable income, tattoos would probably be a thing. And I'm fairly certain I want to, as part of my life, I want to do like my entire right arm as something probably Norse themed all the way up and down it, but that would be about it. So, like, Odin on my shoulder and a few wolves and ravens and a whole bunch of symbolatry tying it all together. I think I could do that if I ever got into it, but it's not a high priority item right now. Are they both tattoo friendly? Okay, that's cool. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. That would be a good one. The symbolic one that we use on the flag. I kind of like that one. And then the grumpy fangs would be good too. Here, let me pull you up here. Let me get Earl just sent me a couple, and I don't know. This is kind of become the national symbol. So we're going to call it the Rabyd Nation symbol. And I think this is what's kind of been there. Of course, you can also do it in a running pose too, which we've done. So here, let me pull this up. But yes, Earl's been, oh, that's not the one I wanted. Oh, where did I put it? I'm lost. Oh, there it is. Yeah, this one. This is the one Earl just sent me, and it kind of fits. So, and yeah, this one, as she says, this would trend. But this is kind of, when Earl did this, I was like, this is perfect. Like, it's got everything in there. It's very crisp and well done. And so there's the other high priority items. I don't know, survival. See, now that I realize this about the newsboy hat, that I can reverse it and make it a French hat, we may have to have a vote about that too, that I'll wear the newsboy hat front or backwards, depending on the crowd. So, but yes. Yeah, we also have the Austrian flag with a bunny in it. So, but yes, I love this symbology of this one. This one's perfect. Like, it's perfect for flags and cups and everything else. So there you go. But I like it. Earl sent me this, and I'm like, yeah, let's put that on the flag. So, and I think it actually is on the flag, if I recall, because this is the Rabyd Nation's, one of the Rabyd Nation flags. So it's kind of the other way around. That's how it came out. So it cost less than $130, including the tip. Okay. All right. I just got to figure out where I want to put that. Yeah, it's a Hopstarian flag. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Evan. Hopstarians. We're all Hopstarians here. Yeah, but yeah, that's how that came out. And this is the symbology of the Rabyd Nation. There you go. I have a great artist. Her name's I Killed Earl, and she's awesome. So she does this. She does this to me. $130, including the tip. Okay. Probably depending on size too, right? So make the tail the shape of a heart. We could. Forearm or back shoulder. Maybe. Was Hopsteria ruled by the Habsburgs? Okay, don't know. Am I a prophet? Could be. See, Philbert said I found out in jail 10 years later. The cops asked him to help the son find the same guy. And said how much I would be surprised if I found out he ended up in jail 10 years later. The cops asked me to help me find the same guy. So are you a prophet? Yeah, you might be. You might be. I look like I'm in the Expendables. See, that's, my little discussion with Paul. He's like, I've gotten the Mark Hamill lookalike thing since he started on YouTube. I've always got the Sly one. The Sly Stallone one has followed me around. So I end up with him. I've had several people ask, are you related to Sylvester Stallone? And I'm like, I don't know what you're seeing there. Let's see, less than 3 inches tall, black looks better when smaller and concentrated. Yeah, okay. There we go. Maybe on the left forearm, because I want to reserve my right for all the Norse stuff. People could wonder why this big guy's got a bunny tattoo on his left forearm. So, there you go. There's a tattoo friendly one. All right. I can see this one. People could ask me what it's about, and then I could tell them. Well, that's a long story. House of Boing. Boing Westonfield. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, House of Boink. Okay, yes. It's a bunny with fangs. Yeah, see, that's why going with one that actually has fangs with fangs might be an alternative too. If you're an ordained dudist of the Latter-day Dudes, might as well be Hopsterian. I don't know if that's spelled right. There you go. Yeah, I mean, if you're already part of the Church of Dude, the Church of Fangs isn't going to be that too far off for you. But yeah, I've had fun with this ever since go. The same money is going in my inside joke tattoo collage. Okay, there you go. Yep, it's an inside joke now. I look like Sly's younger and more handsome brother, so there's that. Also not the Copeland physique. No, I don't have that. Deuteronomy by heart. Oh, that's just bad. You guys are awesome. I'm technically an ordained minister of Nome, one of those free ordination thingies that I was just finding life. Why not? Yeah, there's a lot of those actually. Like you can get ordained for free on a lot of places. You just have to find the right church and religion, people. But maybe we'll do that with Fangsology too, in the Church of Fangs. We can make ordained ministers of the Church of Fangs. So yeah, you just have to. If you're part of this, you're a part of it now. Okay. Yeah, I've told all of you, you're all apostles of where you're at of Fangs. So there you go. Oh, there you go, Earl. Fred has a suggestion for Halloween that we have to have a proper vampire horror story version of Fangs for Halloween. So that's a request. I know how you are about that side. So. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember you talking about that, Earl. Yeah, the inside joke one. Oh, we're going to do it? Are we going to do it, Earl? A true vampire version of Fangs? We need this. So, congratulations, Fred. Mom is going to do you a vampire Fangs, and you will be thankful. Or else. So, yeah, I remember this one. So, yeah, if you're going to put it on the outside joke and call it your inside joke tattoo, that'll be great. Craig T. Nielsen, yeah, that's possible. I've gotten that. My voice sounds like certain people, too. I've gotten that as well, that I could be a voice double for some actors. Yom Kippur breakfast. Okay, there you go. Food plus his beverage. I do mean, sir, no silly, unless, of course, you want it silly. Okay. No, I get what you're saying, though, Fred. I mean, we're coming up on a Halloween, and Fangs needs to pick out his costume. He needs to. Halloween is a very sacred holiday for all of us here. Like, I do Halloween because my fundamentalist church when I was younger is against it. So anything that they were against, I'm now for. Yeah, the first renditions of Fangs are kind of scary. Like it's why we cartooned him up, because he was a little too scary for a compassionate anti-theist channel. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Earl posted her portfolio. You can look at some of the ones. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see some of the earlier renditions of Fangs. They are kind of scary, but we do need a new Halloween version, though, Earl, I think. And that'll give you something to do. It won't keep you out of trouble, but it'll give you something to do. I don't know. Let's think here. It's Halloween, and really, Fangs isn't all that scary of a deity. So He's going to be, I don't know, maybe we could dress up Fangs as Yahweh. Then it'd make him scary. But no, I think a true vampiric Fangs for Halloween, might be just what the doctor ordered for comedy around here. I think it would be hilarious. Yeah, it's just fun. I know. I get you. I get your concern. We don't want to dress it. Okay, let's not table. Let's completely expunge. I make the motion to expunge from the record any reference to putting a Yahweh costume on Fangs. Let's expunge that. And motion carried. No, I didn't ask for a vote. So, so there you go. Yeah, we need something scary for Fangs. Like, it's the time of year. You're supposed to look scary or comedic or something. So, but we'll have Fangs. We'll have Fangs be a little bit more scary for Halloween. We've expunged that. That no longer exists. You need to look up when a motion is to expunge something from the record. It means to completely delete it and never refer to it again. So we're not doing this, Rimmer. So, oh, yeah. See, these three are excellent, but take it to the nth degree. Okay, what Fred's asking for, Earl, is a very, very scary version of a rabbit, like the one that makes Monty Python's one look tame by comparison. I don't know if you can do that, because I know how sensitive you are. You don't even remember what I was talking about? Good. Excellent. Outstanding. You're getting it. But if you look up when a motion is a motion to be expunged from the record, it means to erase it from the record and forget it exists. So I don't know what we expunged, but we did expunge something, and that's about it. That's all I remember. So Jova, look at you. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Man, I haven't seen you in a bit. Okay. Thanks for coming by. I'm about ready to quit, but I got about 10 more minutes and then I got to get ready for work. But luckily it's my Friday tonight. And then I will see all of you Saturday as we finish up Apologia's video, hopefully. Caveman bugs from the old, that might be a good basis. Maybe Earl can look that up and take a look at it. But caveman bugs, there is a caveman bugs. Oh, you're going to give us horror? All right, there we go. A horror version of Fangs, because this is not the way Fangs is, but Fangs is dressing up for Halloween. Fangs is normally our basic, very cuddly vampiric rabbit. And he doesn't really sink those fangs into animals anyway. It's all about vegetables. So, but for Halloween, I'm going to have Earl work on this, and I will not reveal it till Halloween. I am off that week, so I may very well have a special Halloween broadcast on Halloween night. So if you're interested in all of that, just, okay. But yes, I think we might have a few Halloween tidbits and art for Earl to reveal, and I'll save those until Halloween night because I will be off that week from work. I'm doing a staycation that week to kind of just get paid without having to go to work, and just be myself for a week. And so I think I may very well do a Halloween night broadcast, and it would be, we will do it up. We will have Fangs in all of his horrifying glory. So there you go. I don't know what I will be. It probably won't be the Crypt Keeper. I'm not that thin. Yeah, it was Fangs in a cameo. Fangs got a cameo in that movie. So there you go. I don't know. What's this Yahweh costume you speak of? I have no idea what you're talking about. I thought we went over the definition of expunged. Spiked hair scary. It's possible. Do you remember the old Sears photos of Skid screaming while next to a guy in the creepiest Easter Bunny con? That's how you picture Halloween fangs. Okay. There you go, Earl. There's another reference that you can look up. Crypt Keeper. There we go. Did you send us a note? I am not off of YouTube. I will be doing YouTube all week. Maybe I don't know. My other employer has granted me the entire week off of Halloween, so I'm taking it as a personal holiday. So I had vacation time that I had to burn before I lost it. So there we go. Keith Harris and Orville. I don't know. Sounds familiar. Why does it sound familiar? But I can't remember it. Oh my gosh, yes, the creepiest Easter Bunny cat. Oh, we can go stream if you wanna. We can do that. I'll host it, and you can come along. Yeah, but I'll be off Halloween day, so I would love to do a Halloween stream at night if we have scary stuff to do. So, Orville Peck. Yeah, we can do that. We'll do a Halloween night broadcast. I'll set it up when we get closer. We're a little ways away yet, so but yes, when I get more details, I can do a thumbnail and figure it out and all that jazz. But I would love to do a Halloween night broadcast. That would be very, very cool for everybody, I think. Yeah, see, Merlin agrees. So, and we got, let's see, today's the 2nd, so 29 days from now. I will do a Halloween broadcast, and the lovely Earl will be with me. So that's what we know so far. And we will probably have some I Killed Earl art, and who knows what will happen by then. So we'll see. My autistic self, like, I know I can do like 10 people in StreamYard, but I get uncomfortable when I get past 4. So like, yeah, it's like I have to limit myself because I start to get uncomfortable. So a Fangs costume reveal. I don't know if I can do a Fangs costume. Maybe lots of Fangs art. I already have my costume, I think, picked out. I'm still debating with myself. So yeah, I probably would open it up, but I probably wouldn't have more than a couple more people in there. I had this discussion with Earl and Asshole the last time we streamed together, and it was like, I get uncomfortable in live streams like that. It takes me a while, and every once in a while I just have to get up, go to the bathroom, and go away. So you're not going to tolerate Christians bitching on Halloween. There we go. We're going to scare off the theists. There we go. We'll do that. You're going to some evil head for Halloween. There we go. But yes, I love Halloween, and maybe the Rabyd Atheist will just make this an annual event where I live stream on Halloween night. We'll see what we can do. We'll have some fun. But yeah, all my life I was told Halloween was a demonic holiday, and so maybe it's time to like take that back. Take it back. Nah, doggone it, it's going to be a Fangs holiday. It's the Church of Fangs embraces Halloween as a holiday. So you're going to put your foot down? Okay, there we go. But yeah, I don't have a problem letting other people in, but it'll probably be very selective people that I want there. I'm there to celebrate, not argue. So Halloween would be that. So we will have treats. We'll probably have artistic treats from Earl. I'm sure she loves Halloween as much as I do, I believe. So she will have stuff, and we'll have treats. We'll have something. And I don't like, some people don't like, I don't like most of the holidays, but I love Halloween. I get to do some of the things. So, I tell you what, when I first did it, John, the 20-minute be a subscriber thing, there were a few that had the patience to get through. But I've pretty much told my mods that on Thursdays, we have very little tolerance for nonsense. Okay. We're here to talk deconversion. And I think a lot of you respect the fact that you have a place to just be yourself without theists being a pain in the ass. Okay. So I think the 20 minutes has kind of pushed them back. And I know that's bad because I want deconverted people that, come here for the first time to get involved in the conversation. But it's kind of become a necessary safety measure for the rest of us. Like we're here to talk deconversion, let our hair down, and just enjoy being non-believers or whatever we are, that we're going through a process and hanging out and supporting each other and lifting each other up and kind of doing what we used to do in church, from a personal point of view without all the churchy stuff. So yeah, Earl says it actually does help quite a bit. Like the 20 minutes is definitely keeping people away. So that would, but I do kind of have my other side of that of like, if somebody's deconverting and they want to participate in the discussion, they have to wait 20 minutes too. So, but yeah, it's kept the theists at bay. That's for sure. And Christian, but that was because of the egg wars. I know what you're talking about. Just a zombie Jesus. You're going to do zombie Jesus for Halloween? Okay, I don't know what I'm going to do here. Some of you are going to have some fantastic Halloween costumes. If you can get those early and send them via email to me, they might be on our Halloween night broadcast. Okay, I will do that. Like if you have a costume and can email them to me to the rabydatheist@gmail.com, I will maybe put them in the Halloween stream. So you guys can do that. So that way we can celebrate together. I can see what you're wearing. I'm not sure what I'll be doing that night, but I will have a costume. I have a bunch of stuff that I've used for going to Renaissance festivals and years, but it has double duty possibilities. So finally talk about deconstructing my witch. Yeah, Earl, that would be a perfect subject. You could talk about how you deconstructed your witchy woo. And are you coming as a witch, though? Because that would even be better. Oh, I'm wasting time and energy. Yes, we are here to be friends, and yeah, we kind of created. I really with Deconversion Hangout. Remember, this is very much about having a community that doesn't have to necessarily have anything to do with religion. So that's why we discuss other things besides it. Deconversion is about learning you have other things to talk about besides your religion. So, oh yeah, we're interested. We want the dirt, Earl. Tried deconversion, I just couldn't make leap into believing myself. Cranky, this is why we keep you around, man. Plus the inside information into the party barn has been legion. I've actually used that in the book on fangs, so you're definitely there. So I was dressed up like I'm going to a seance. That's true. True, valid point, Earl. I forget, Earl, that you do already dress up like Wednesday Addams on a regular. So. There you go. All right. Yeah. Well, yeah, and we're here for that too. You're just going to go heavier on the eyeliner. Okay. But yes, Earl, that would be a great topic. And that's something that I don't know a lot about because I never got into like the witchy woo, crystals, new age bullshit at all. I briefly flirted with paganism, like Nordic paganism for a while as a cultural thing. I still do that as a cultural thing, but I don't believe in, I love Odin, Thor, and Freya as characters, but that's where they stay. They're as real as fangs. So, so there you go. And the hat too, please. Hat too. Okay. Yeah, I think Earl, what Merlin is saying is like getting yourself a hat, a witch hat, might be the final thing. That might be something you might have to do. So, are we? You are required to bring Tabasco sauce for a seance. Really? Oh my goodness! You elder gods, your elder gods. You know, he wants. If you don't understand the joke, like if you're going to do a seance, it's a perfect time for cranky elder gods to eat brains. So bring the Tabasco sauce. So make sure you use it. Dress up like the judge from the Tom and Jerry film. Oh my goodness. What a great idea, guys. We are going to do something on Halloween. We will do that. That's Friday, I believe. Yeah, Friday, a little over 4 weeks from now. So it's a date. We're going to make that happen. So we will make that happen. It'll probably be a later broadcast than usual because it is Halloween. So we're going to put it closer to midnight. So it'll probably catch myself in a woo moment more than I admit. Yeah. You know, the thing about that, Earl, we can talk about the similarities between that and Pentecostalism because I still find myself in Pentecostal moments because there's a mysticism to Pentecostalism that I still find myself doing, like stuff like that. Seances in horror movies always goes powerly on. Do that. Yeah, it has a bad rap. I get it. You make the thumbnail? Okay, I'll let you make the thumbnail, Earl. You can send it to me. I'll set up the stream at some point when we get down the road, and we will await your artwork, and I will work on my costume, and you can work on yours, and we will have a Halloween night broadcast, and we will do that up. So, yeah. So, but yes, yeah, it's a bad rap because of what the Austrian corporal did with it. But, you know, I got to remember that, like, there's a lot of good things that people do bad things with. So, like, I've been accused of being like a white supremacist because I wear Nordic symbols. And I like to remind people that there are several Nordic organizations here in the United States that are dedicated against racism. And so there you go. Total knobhead. The obvious joke. I'm just going to say obvious joke, Rimmer, and there you go. You have to come up with Ed's. I'm going to do this. You're totally not divine healthiers. Oh my goodness, Earl. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to take over my costume, aren't you? You're going to. Oh, I love you all. I do. I love you all. Yeah, very. Oh boy. All right. Well, I am running out of time. And unfortunately, as funny as this is, I now have something to look forward to in a big way. And that's a Halloween broadcast on Halloween night. It'll kind of cap off my week off for my vacation. So that'll be awesome. And so, you know, I want to, remind everybody, that Halloween, I need a horror costume. Okay. You're going to dress up as a human. Well, I always get something wrong, but if you keep doing the same thing over, it eventually worked, right? There you go. Guy who wore elf ears and green cape. I could see it. I can see it. I also wanted to, before I leave, though, I want to pull up some of Earl's latest artwork with us and Paulogia. Still something like that. The Unholy Trinity has a new version. And then, of course, my favorite now, Habermas, the Hut. So there's that. So there's that. There we go. But thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Hey, Joe, thanks. Okay, but yes, I'm gonna call it a night, folks. So may Fangs nibble on all of your hearts. May he purify all of your vegetables from religious corruption. Make sure you leave him an offering of a carrot now and then. Just make sure to make the carrot more holy than it already is. Make sure you circumcise the tip off of it, so that he will be more than gracious of your offering of carrots. Nom nom and all that. May he richly bless you. May he nibble on your heart and all of that. And as always, folks, live your best life. You only get one go around and then it's over. So you want to take all your time, your money, and your opportunities and give them to yourself, the people you love and care for, and to make this a better world. You'll be happier if you do. And as always, folks, thanks for stopping by. And I will catch you all next time on Saturday, where I will be doing hopefully the last part of Paul's video where he mentions me, but we're into new stuff that Habermas and other people have been doing, and I want to talk about that. So we'll see you all then, and I appreciate all of you. So thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you next time.